Hey folks, it's Maxie here and welcome to another TEW2020 video. Join us in our second week of August on the way to All Out. And I'm looking forward to today's show, 15 segments on it that get us closer to the full card that I've got written out for All Out. I think we've got 5 pre-show matches as well, just effectively going to be utilising that now as our AEW Dark. Because kind of bored booking 2 shows, so may as well just do them as pre-show matches. So that actually might hinder the performers in terms of popularity gains, because obviously you would get the exposure on Dark, but yeah, it's just me being lazy. And I've actually fine doing it on the pre-show. It's easier to track who's obviously been used on the main show, so you don't double book people and don't fatigue them. So there is that as well. So yeah, not really much to bother on about for once. So yeah, let's crack straight into this episode of Wednesday Night Dynamite. So for this week's show, we are back at the Hojo Stadium, sold out in front of 12,000, and we start off with an injury in our Dark matches. It was an abysmal pre-show matchup. We had Abaddon pick up a victory over Yuka Sakazaki in 4:37 by pinfall. A minor concussion for Abaddon, so that should rule her out for a few weeks. Just a 16 here, obviously you're going to take a big hit to your rating with an injury, but a 28 played a 37 here. We'll run through these matches quite quickly, so not a good start. Cheers BJ Whitmer for confirming that. I had Ricky Starks defeat Chuck Taylor in 9-10 with the Buster Keaton. 51 rated matchup, pretty good there. A 50 for Chuck Taylor, a 45 for Ricky Starks. We had Indy Hartwell pick up the victory over Emi Sakura in 7:44 by pinfall. Emi was brought in as a one-off appearance deal. We obviously previously released her, but she was local to the area. 31 rated matchup here, 30 for Indy against the 28 of Sakura. I'm going to utilise that a lot more often, especially when it's people I just need to get some momentum to, I suppose. Just bringing in these people in one-off deals just to do the job. So like something like Indy can go from maybe neutral or ice cool to the level higher. We also had Chris Statlander defeat Penelope Ford in 8:49 by pinfall. A 44 rated matchup here, a 46 played a 36. We will probably utilise this for a lot of our women as well, just to give them every opportunity to get their momentum up. So, you know, there's a big gap between the original AEW roster of women and a lot of the recruits were brought in from WWE and afar in terms of popularity. So just basically try to get everybody close to a level playing field. We had the Butcher and the Blade defeat the Motorcycle Machine Guns in 8:43. Butcher pinned Chris Sabin. This was a 53. You can see there obviously the Guns with a better performance, but Butcher and Blade need overness, so it's a shame that we have to have Shelley and Sabin lose, but they are a team that obviously I feel could just help the Butcher and the Blade in this instance, so a good win for the heels here. I believe that was our main event. Nope, our main event was actually Anna Jay and Tanyara Conti. So Tanyara, and this hasn't signed fully, we'll sign her eventually, and she lost to the star of the show, Anna Jay, in 8:07. This was a 34 rated match, as with a 33 player 29. So Tanyara, same kind of deal as Emi Sakura. I believe that's the full show. It is. Anyway, what a great way to start the show when you've got promos being judged and 100 promo off the bat. So we start off with Cody and Chris Jericho in the ring. Obviously talking about what happened last week with the attack on Chris Jericho from the Lucha brothers, Penta and Phoenix. Cody just says, you know, he knows how talented both the guys are, and obviously Jericho can't take them alone. He says he's more happy to take on one, Jericho can take the other. But later on tonight, you know what, we'll see how it goes in tag team action. We'll have Cody Rhodes and Chris Jericho taking on the Lucha brothers. It won't be the main event, which is crazy, but a 100 rated segment there, really good. Yeah, we just need the main event to deliver and we should be gaining pop. And it's a stacked main event, so I'm quietly confident. Opening matchup was decent reaction from the crowd, but subpar wrestling. No storyline related to it, but something will work coming out of it. And AJ Styles defeated Joe Janella in 7:58 with the Super Styles Clash. That was a 66. 56 for Janella, a 69 for AJ. It's just giving him some momentum here with a good victory. After the matchup, we get a hype video for upcoming signing Bandido. Of course, we've recruited him on a permanent deal, and that was a 57 rating. More on that as the weeks develop. We had a backstage angle with the Dark Order, Mr. Brodie Lee, John Silver, Stu Grayson, Darby Allin, Priscilla Kelly and Eva Leno, and in this instance it's just Brodie rounding up the troops effectively, just saying to John Silver, just stop fucking shit up, you can really make a name for yourself here, we all can. This is a chance for everyone to fully put themselves in a great position for All Out. He won't particularly be in action at the moment, he doesn't think, but everyone else has an opportunity, a big opportunity, to put themselves in a good position. Especially you, Silver. Don't fuck shit up. So a 59 there, of course, using Brodie Lee's overness here to try and put that across the full faction, or cult, or however you want to look at it, and try and, you know, basically improve their popularity with that type of exposure. So that's a 59 for that. Then in the matchup, John Silver was in action. That matchup with Marco's Stunt, and Silver picks up the win in 6:30 with an enziguri. Just a 24 here. Both obviously are very lacking in overness in this, but of course, that's what we're here to do. We're here to build them up. Obviously, I don't want to just keep signing WWE guys and they go to the top. There will be some homegrown talents where we really try and utilise them up the card and see how it goes. So, good win for John Silver. After the matchup, Mr. Brodie Lee bumps into Kip Sabian. Like a kind of nudge, like an accidental walk into him. And Kip Sabian says, oh, sorry about that, sir. Look, dead apologetic, you know, dead kind of British thing you would say here, sorry, sir, or whatever. Brodie Lee just looks at him. He's just like, what the fuck did you just call me? He's like, sir. He's like, are you trying to offend me? He's like, no, sir, sir's a good thing. It's like a knighthood in the UK. It's like a proper show of respect. You know, Brodie Lee looks at Kip Sabian and just goes, and kind of nods his head as if, I like the sound of that. So more on that as we go down the line. But a 66, Brodie's gimmick's getting stale, that's absolutely perfect. We can change his character up a little bit. We then had a match up with Carrie Hojo and Ashley Lane, and it was a bout that had a decent reaction from the crowd, but subpar wrestling, and Carrie Hojo defeated Ashley Lane in 10:46 with a spear. 66, that's good. We just wanted a really good match up in the women's division. Obviously give Carrie some good momentum going forward for her feud with Shayna Baszler. And yeah, two good performances there. This in turn of course led to Shayna Baszler on the ramp. She just laughed and says, it's good you're picking up victories, enjoy your one moment in the sun here in AEW, because when we clash it all out, I'm just going to hurt you, I'm going to choke you out, and you'll never be the same woman again. So she's properly being threatening to Carrie Hojo, but that match I think that could possibly push into the 70s. I'm really looking forward to that matchup within a AEW environment. Moving along with Miro and Brian Cage. I'm picking up from last week's victory. Miro defeats Brian Cage in 9:18 by submission. 67, I don't know what he calls his finisher in AEW. He's not really been used that lot. He's been more in segments involving his character rather than actually in the ring. But a good one for Miro. Cage was off his game. And yeah, pretty even in terms of performance with that regard. Now, Foley comes out. Text a little bit different here, so just ignore the text and I'll explain what the angle was here. It's just basically Foley saying that Claudio Castagnoli will be defending the TNT Championship at All Out, and it will be in some sort of multi-man matchup. Basically the likes of Miro and Brian Cage will be in that matchup alongside Castagnoli and a few others. So a 74 there. I will say as well, it was meant to be the initial plan that Miro was going to basically turn heel and join Kip Sabian and go with that tag team like real life. But of course, he's not long signed. Kip Sabian's not long been a heel in this game. So yeah, it would be bad to turn either at this moment in time. So they'll just be in their separate programs for just now. We'll see what we can build with them. So I thought we'd do a wee bit of tease when the two of them squared off in that prior feud. We had that matchup with the Lucha Brothers and Cody Rhodes and Chris Jericho. It was about that had superb wrestling and great heat as the Lucha Bros defeated Chris Jericho and Cody in 14:02 when Pentagon pinned Jericho with a top rope Styles Clash. A 79 because we had to protect Chris Jericho, and the reason for this was, well, if you just have Cody and Jericho in the first matchup, what's the point of a feud? And in terms of overness, Penta's at an okay level, Phoenix is a wee bit behind in the low 60s. So giving these guys a victory here is a good opportunity to propel good feuds going forward for All Out, and then allows long-term matches at the main event level for Penta and Rey Fenix as well. So more of a program we're looking at in the long term, but good matches regardless. Jericho's protected, so that would have been probably about an 84. But yeah, overall delighted with that. And that was our was that our All Out match? Steal the Show? Yep, Steal the Show. So Jericho lasting and a Steal the Show matchup. I think he would have had surely stamina. Nope. Not even an issue, just declining physical ability, no issues with stamina. So fair play, Jericho can still go all out for 15 minutes or 14 minutes, that's good to see. So that could have worked as main event. Well, this is really good. Backstage, MJF with Wardlow was an 87. Of course, Wardlow's overness is still at a low level, and his mic skills are still a long way to go, but there's definitely promise there. But they're just basically talking and mocking John Moxley, saying, Moxley, you can turn up to All Out if you want, but at the end of the day, it's just going to end up bad for you. So I just take the night off, man. I just take the paycheck from Tony Khan, don't bother turning up, and me and Wardlow just sit and chill in the VIP lounge. So 87, fantastic promo, and it's good to know you've got another person you can count on to do a mega promo. We then had Laredo Kid and Sammy Guevara in action. Sammy wins in 11:05 with 6:30, 69, with Laredo Kid off his game. Felt it was a good showcase match for him. Obviously Sammy's a project we want to try and get to the main event, so he picks up the victory. Nice and simple. He's joined in the ring by Santana and Ortiz, who are by his side, and they're just really cutting promos on the people they've had issues with. So like Sammy says, you know, Ospreay, that's fine, I'll face you at All Out, that's cool. We'll just see who the best high flyer is in the world, and I guarantee you his name isn't Will Ospreay. And Santana and Ortiz says, this company seems like it just wants to give things and hand it to the Young Bucks or the Elite. Well, I'll tell you what, you know, why don't you face us and we'll see just how goddamn good you really are. So a 71 for that promo. So you can see most of the card for All Out is properly coming together week by week. And our main event was actually a bit disappointing. And I believe that's probably down to our commentary team. Well, I was hoping I'd get into the 80s with that. But anyway, both had superb wrestling and great heat. The team of Pac and Kenny Omega defeated Hangman Page and Darby Allin of the Dark Order in 1936, when Pac defeated the champion Hangman Page with a 6:30 senton. So a 78. Warning shot has been fired by Pac as he goes for the AEW World Championship at All Out, defeating the champion. Of course, we are going to be completing Kenny Omega versus Darby Allin in the next couple of weeks as well, but they've had long-stemmed issues anyway. Negatives, just announcing team. Well, that's disappointing, but I think we should still maybe about an 84. 82, that's cool. Increase their popularity in 43 regions. We don't need to worry too much about how it is in the States. It is basically around the world that we have to gain pop before we can get any bigger, but I think we're at a stage now where we're comfortable, we're going to be the same size for a while. We don't need to worry really about much apart from just, going week by week. So around the world, vast majority enjoying our show. NXT was good with Pete Dunne, Adam Pearce. Ironically, I'm recording this the day after he, his name's under Adam Page, that's an error. When I'm recording this, he basically got that championship match. He won it, that gauntlet match. Obviously, by the time this is live, he's probably already been took out or he's had the match at the Rumble. In fact, this may actually be just before the Rumble, actually, come to think about it. My guesses are correct. Tessa we looked at, but the fact they're only doing a handshake deal meant I'll hold off, but I think we're more than likely to see Tessa Blanchard in this company at one point, and Abaddon just a week, so that's not too bad. We have completed a deal for Paige. Now this is good that this has happened. Technically yes, a spoiler, but at the same time I just wanted to confirm what we're looking to do with Paige within AEW. So with the age here, I think she's still only 28 in game. Now, I signed her, you'll notice with her contract, your role in the roster is whatever is needed. I'd need to look at it, but if we can, I'm going to mod it to where if we can make her unretired, then she will wrestle. Because I know like she kind of wanted to get cleared, and I think if she was out with WWE, there's possibly that chance. But as I said, we are going to dip this away from the realms of realism anyway. But obviously she won't go by the name of Paige, I'll probably just call her Saria. But yeah, I saw her available and went, why not? And we've just ripped it with an 8-year contract, so she'll be here until she's like 36, and I'd be very surprised if we managed to go 8 years in this, but you never know. So that's quite cool. That's came, and obviously she'll be babyface because she'll be massive. So that's good. So Paige in. Britt Baker is back from her pregnancy. Obviously she gave birth, I think it was a baby boy. So really looking forward. This is going to be the first proper chance for a chance to book Britt Baker DMD. Should we just bring her back at All Out? I think that makes most sense. Abaddon is charisma. Drug test was 7,000. Abaddon's injury and 2.84 TV rating. So that's fine. So a lot happening at the end of the show there. Paige and Britt Baker. And it just shows that we are going to have a really stacked women's division. It's just up to us to get them all to a very good level where they can have absolutely shit hot matches going forward. So thank you for watching. We're on for another Dynamite next week, and until then, thanks for watching, take it easy, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.